squad looking?
Yeah, it's good, not too bad. We've got a couple of kicks and a few people with tight muscles, but don't anticipate anyone to miss the weekend's game.
In terms of James Tavernier, have you got a firm date when we expect him back?
Not an exact date, but he's progressing well. So now he's obviously starting to work out on the bike and in the gym. And I'm sure he's about to break into a jog at some point, so that's positive news. And he got a good report from the surgeon, had his stitches took out, so yeah, we're a lot closer than we were. Greg again will miss the weekend. He's got an outside chance for Ross County. Phil is off crutches now, he's walking about, so his rehab's begun. But that's going to be a slow burner.
Stephen Castle, what are you expecting from that type of challenge?
We expect a slightly different challenge in a few ways, because I think our managers come in and change the style, change the philosophy, and changed quite a few players. So it'll be different in that way, but obviously the environment will be the same. The personnel in terms of the squad isn't much different. I think they've brought one or two in. So it'll be a tough game, tough challenge. A team that has took points off us in that recent fixture. So it's a team we've got respect for. It's a venue we've got respect for, and we'll have to be at our best, because we wasn't last time, and we suffered a bit of a setback.
Can you look to that fixture even though they have a change of manager and everything? Can you look to play?
No, I think it'll be different. I think each game's different, even against the same opposition. They'll probably play a different formation. Personnel will be different. I'm expecting my players to be better. We will be different as well in terms of the team from that day. So no, I think it'll be a completely different game.
This game is your 100th in charge of Rangers. How do you reflect on your time and your highs, or any particular high that sticks out?
Look, it's been a journey that I've thoroughly enjoyed from a personal point of view. Massive job, massive club. Really enjoyed the ride so far. Been a lot of ups, been some downs. Exactly what I expected, but I'm sitting here just as I was on day one, as hungry and as ambitious as I was when I first done my first media press conference, and hopefully I'm still around for the next 100.
Have you changed in any way, Stephen, in terms of the way you've developed, or is it just a case of learning and growing?
Yeah, I'd like to think I've grown. I'd like to think I've tried to learn from the mistakes I've made. I'd like to think I've done some things okay along the journey as well. But I think that's down for you guys to judge. You are the professionals, judging how people's tenures go. So that's over to you guys, really.
Is it exciting when there's still more to come, potentially?
I believe there's still more to come from this team and these players. I think we've got a real ambitious group. We've been through a lot so far in a short space of time that I'd like to think we've learned from. 100% we've progressed. We're better than what we was when we first come together. We've added some fantastic talent to the group who've helped us massively, and that will continue. It never stops. Win, lose or draw, this club always tries to move forward and tries to grow and become stronger, and that's what we'll continue to do.
A lot of commentary when you got the job was about your lack of experience, but 18 months on now, do you feel like you've left that, if you want to use the phrase, a rookie manager team, left that sort of tag behind you?
No, I don't think so. I'm still relatively young and inexperienced. I think people who said I lack experience and I didn't have experience, that was right. But there's only one way to get it, and that's to get in there and face the experiences and face the challenges, and that's what I've tried to do. Myself and my staff, we were a new group together. But we're all ambitious people, we're all hungry, we all don't mind the challenge. We've done ever so well to get to where we are so far, but there's still a lot of work to do, and we're all aware of that.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned along this?
I don't think there's just one. I think when you're at a football club like this and you're playing games every 3-4 days in all kinds of different competitions, different contrasts to challenges, you're learning lessons every single day. Learning lessons about yourself, about your players, about the people around the club. So I think that's an ongoing process that won't change.
Was there a lot of things that maybe surprised you or you didn't expect moving into management that have happened?
No, I think there's been a few things, I suppose, but I think it's everything I expected. A lot of pressure, big responsibility, a job that goes around the clock. I think if anyone's got any ambitions of going into coaching or management and think they can put a time on it, forget about it, because it's a job that, you know, your phone and your work goes round the clock, sometimes through the morning, late at night, first thing of the morning. I think maybe that's one part of it that has surprised me and shocked me a bit, that you don't get away from it. It's difficult to switch off even on an international break or a winter break. You're constantly either on the phone or you're constantly checking up on your players, how they are, where they are. It's a job that goes round the clock, and a certain Jurgen Klopp warned me about that, and he was very right.
You said you'd like to be here for the next 100. I know it's speculative, but is there anything that you would have liked to achieve at that 200 mark?
Anything I would have liked to achieve in the first 100 that we've just done, or we're about to do?
In terms of going forward, what would you be aiming to achieve if you...
Exactly the same before the ball was kicked, is to be successful as a Rangers manager. I think we've come very close to getting that first bit of success. We've had success in terms of European qualification and progressing, which is a massive achievement from where the club was. But I know and you know that you get judged at this club with trophies. That hasn't changed. Before the ball was kicked, I knew what I was signing up for and what the pressure would be on me. That hasn't changed going into the next 100. That won't change, sorry.
Has there been any updates in terms of ins and outs in the window?
So Robbie was confirmed at Livingston, as you know, and he's gone and had a real positive debut. But in terms of being close, ins or outs, I'd say no. I know there's a lot of speculation about some of our players at the moment, but we've had no bids. We've had phone calls and this, that, from all kinds of different agents about ins and outs, but there's nothing for me to report on in terms of being close in or out.
Alfredo Morelos got another club this week. Is it a case of once again reiterating not in this window or for the foreseeable?
He's not for sale. Nothing's changed on that, but you know, when will I see it again? In 2-3 days we'll speak about a different club, so it's just one of them things.
Steve, you spoke after the game on Wednesday night, you kind of understood the fans' frustration that it was just one, there wasn't 3 or 4, but it is 6 wins in a row if you look for the winter break. Do you feel there is momentum in your squad, you're still in a really good place?
Oh yeah, for sure. 6 on the spin, and you know, if you go back over the stats, I think we've suffered 1 defeat in over 20 games, so we know we've been posting consistent results and performances. We know we're in a good place, but we also are aware that every challenge is different and it's going to be tough. St Mirren came here, they were very disciplined, they set up really defensive and made it difficult for us, but we solved the puzzle and the challenge, and it was job done, tick the box and move on to the next game. But from now till the end of the season, every game's going to be tough in a different way.
I just want to ask about the man next year. He's been playing slightly wider. Do you feel that is his best position at the moment?
I'll have to correct you there because he hasn't been playing wide. He's been playing as a number 10 with freedom to go and express himself and to be in the centre of the pitch, on the left of the pitch, on the right of the pitch, wherever he feels he can go and cause trouble for the opposition. We want to release him from any burden in terms of tactics. So that's where we feel like we can get the best Joe Aribo, and I think his form certainly over the last couple of months has been fantastic, and I think we're talking about a top talent here, the reason why we tried ever so hard to get him here in the first place.
Jermaine Defoe showed his class with that goal. In terms of his future, is there any clarity you can give us on whether obviously Lodiel runs out at the end of the season, he's also out of contract at the end of the season? Can you give us clarity on this?
There'll be some news in the next day or 2.
Good news for Rangers fans?
I hope so.
How important has he, even if it is the good news that we all expect, how big of a move would that be for you to keep that up?
Massive. He's so important to the team and the squad. He's so important to the club because of the way he behaves on and off the pitch. Typical Defoe goal the other night, where he's in the right place at the right time and gets, he's the quickest to react. And that's not luck or fluke. He's been doing that over the past couple of decades. I think he's absolutely fantastic for the likes of Joe and Glenn Kamara, the younger lads in the group, someone to aspire to and look up to. And he plays a pivotal part on and off the pitch, so it's massive. And I'm so happy that in a couple of days or a day or two, we'll get some good news on that.
Do you think as a striker he's made Morelos a better player as well, just being in and out and playing with him training?
I don't think Jermaine will take any credit for that, but I'd certainly say there's an element of it, yeah. I also think Jermaine's someone who's trying to help him around the place to become a better person, how he lives his life, his professionalism. I think Jermaine's perfect for Alfredo.
Do you think he's in some ways taking some of the pressure off Alfredo? Because knowing that if Alfredo's not scoring, there is somebody there to come in and sort of lighten the load and that sort of goal scoring.
Well, I think when you're talking about a squad and the challenge for all of us over the course of a season, I think they take pressure off each other, and that's what good players do. And it's also something that the likes of Joe and Ryan Kent and the other attacking players, your Scotty Arfields and the lads that are coming off the bench of late, need to take some pressure off Jermaine and Alfredo as well. So it swings and roundabouts and that, but I think they've both been good for each other. Two excellent players in their own right, very different. But one thing they've got in common is they both score goals heavily.
So what was your first experience like at Tynecastle?
It was a difficult one to take because obviously the result wasn't what we wanted, but we just want to get the chance to rectify what we did the last time and just come out and be better.
In terms of the Tynecastle's venue, how does it rate to the grounds that you've found here? Is it more intimidating with the way the stands are? It's quite close to tight pitch. Is it one of the more intimidating grounds?
They use it as a big factor for them, and you can see like with it being close and whatnot, it is a bit intimidating, but we can't use it as an excuse, and we just got to be better than last time.
I suppose playing week in, week out, the noise at Ibrox will certainly help you go into an environment like that.
Yeah, definitely. With the noise at Ibrox, that's the worst place to go to for opposing fans, so we know that with the backing of our fans there, then we can just be confident.
Talking about the freedom that you've been able to have on the pitch over the past few months, do you feel that's when you play your best football?
I just want to go out there and express myself like the gaffer says to me, and that's all he says to me before a game, and I'm just happy that I'm able to do that.
Joe, it talks about that freedom. Do you feel you're starting to make that number 10 role you're up?
Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to get the chance to play in a position and grab it. So I just want to keep being able to grab that position.
Scottish football harder to get to grippers coming up from the Championship, just with the physicality and the pace to get to. Does it take time to use it?
Yeah, definitely, because we know how aggressive and how fast it is. So it was definitely one thing I had to learn, and I'm just grateful that I'm able to have caught up with it and now can perform.
You also have to learn about mentality as well, that it's relentless, you have to win every week now, especially in the way the title race is.
Yeah, that's one thing I've always said, like the fans, they're just ruthless, they want to win every game and it has to be by a big margin. So I know every week I have to perform, I have to be the best that I can be, and we have to do that as a team also.
Is that a good pressure to have when you know that every training session you have to give it your all, and then every game you have to also give your all?
Definitely, it just makes you a better player and a better person, because you know if you're sloppy or if you're not at your best, then you'll come out the team. So it's good pressure, and it's what you need to be the best that you can be.
You've got a pretty hectic schedule over the next couple of months. I suppose coming from England and playing the sort of amount of league games you do in League One, that's no surprise to you. It's no different to what you're used to.
Yeah, it's no different. It's going to be the same.
Is it easy to handle in that sense, given that you're used to that sort of twice weekly?
I say as a younger player it was a bit harder because you're still growing and whatnot, but I say now, because I've experienced it, it'll be normal now. So yeah.
How hard is it to prepare for a game at the weekend when you're only perhaps getting 1 or 2 training sessions to work in the opposition?
Yeah, it just shows that we have to have a quick turnaround, because we can't dwell on the last result or the last game. We just got to move on and think about the next fixture that's coming.
Do players prefer that Wednesday, Saturday, constantly playing games, or do you like that sort of break where you can really get into the training field, get your tactics sorted and whatnot, have that week to prepare?
It depends really, because if you have a bad performance the week before, you'd want to get out and get into another fixture, whereas it's harder to improve and work on tactics because you have less time to work on things. So it just depends really.
I suppose in this winning cycle with mentality you've got at the moment, you don't want games to come thick and fast because of the way you're playing and the momentum that you've built, I suppose.
Yeah, momentum's a big thing, and if you're winning, you just want to keep playing and keep the games coming thick and fast so that you can keep winning.
That position that you're in now, do you have to take a different approach to playing with Jermaine than you usually do when you're playing with Alfredo?
Yeah, we know what Jermaine can do and we know what kind of striker he is, whereas Alfredo is very different to him. So you have to adapt to who you're playing with, and that's what we have to do.
How important is having somebody like Jermaine being for you here at the club since you've moved up?
Yeah, he's massive. You can see like what he does for us, and like Gaffer said, me and Glenn. You can just see how professional he is. Like he's the first one in, the last one to go home, and it's like it just shows why he's still able to do what he's doing even at the age he's at. So.
Is he taking you under his wing a wee bit?
Yeah, a little bit. We call him Uncle, so yeah.